Hey, I'm Tyson Brown with AAA Electric. We've been asked this question. We want to see what the real result is when we expose a piece of Romex wire to water for a period of about 24 hours. We're going to put it in a glass of water and see if there's any water intrusion into the cable. So first I'm going to take a megger and verify that there's no connectivity between any of the pairs of wires, and then we'll soak it in water for 24 hours. Then we'll come back, we'll use the megger again to see if the water has intruded and caused insulation problems, and we'll also cut the wire apart and see if we can see any water actually inside the wire in the paper that's inside of there. So I'm going to do the megger test. I'll come on up here and show the display here. So the 1 means open line, and direct short is 0.0. So I'm going to go from ground to red, open line, to white, open line, to black, open line. Now I'm going to go from red to white, open line, and red to black, open line. Red to red is direct short. I'm going to go from white to black, open line. Okay, so this cable is currently good. There's no problems with this cable. It's a little bit older. It's been sitting in our warehouse for a while, so this will be a good example. And we're just going to, we got a whole glass of water here. I'll show this closely. We're going to take this and dunk it in the water, push it all the way to the bottom. We're just going to leave it sitting here for 24 hours, and then we'll come back and see what happens. Thank you. Okay, so it's been over 24 hours. We're going to check this. We're going to see one, if water has, we're going to check with a megger to see if there's any indication of a improper conductivity due to water intrusion. And then 2, we're going to cut open the wire to see if we see any water inside, because it'll be obvious if the inner paper is wet. Okay, so we'll do the megger first. I'm going from ground to black is open line, white is open line, red is open line, ground to ground is short circuit, of course. So there is no indication, testing it at 250 volts with the megger, there's no indication of any kind of improper conductivity from water intrusion. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take this out of the water. It's the first time we've touched this in over 24 hours. I'm going to go ahead and dry off the outer sheath. So we're going to cut it open and see if we see any physical evidence of water intrusion. And opening it up, everything looks completely dry. There's not a speck of water in here. You getting that good? Is that clear? And then I'm going to tear the end off of this. We'll dunk it in here and we'll see, see what happens when it does get wet. I don't know if it's got any, well, yeah, no, you can see it right away. It's a different color. It soaks right in. So, pretty clearly there's no water in this at all. It's crinkly, crackly. So anyways, same with the ground, same with the paper on the ground. There's no water in there. So, end result, after this was, soaking under this much water pressure, at the point where it was bent, quite a bit of water pressure there, soaking for 24 hours, there's no water that got in there whatsoever. So really, with rain hitting a wire like this, it's not gonna penetrate, from very quickly at all. I think the only way you'd really get water in there is if it wicks from the the end of the cable where the cables are cut, and it's going to take a while of repeated exposure to where any kind of water wicks in there that way. And then if the water exposure ceases, it's going to eventually dry out. Thank you very much